Those are who you should be afraid of, not just Jayden Daniels and Noah Brown. Get out of here. He's going to make some crazy plays because that's how good of a player he is. But the Eagles are going to make the plays at the end of the day to win in this football game, and I'm confident in that. So let's go, Birds, baby.
You wonder what happened in sports today. Brandon Petrilli, he got the wave. We talking a lot with bros today. Cracking some jokes the podcast way. Goals on goals. With homers on homers. Tutties on tutties. Got moments on moments. Just tune into BSP. Just tune into BSP. Just tune into BSP. Just tune into Petrilli.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode on the BSP Media channel. I am Brendan Petrilli, and we're back. The Eagles are on to the NFC Championship game, baby. They took care of business yet again, and they're moving on, and they have a home playoff game for the NFC Championship game in the Link. Crazy, crazy, crazy weekend. A lot of things have been said throughout this week. I wanted to let things play out a little bit before we go too crazy, and we'll dive into that NFC Championship game. But just to recap that Rams-Eagles game, what an absolutely electric scene. Saquon Barkley running in the snow, up and down the field, going left and right, cutting around, hitting himself because nobody else could touch him on that Rams defense, so he might as well hit himself. But, man, it was absolutely fantastic. The Rams, they came back into it. The Eagles let them back into it a little bit, made you nervous, but the defense steps up and makes big plays when they need to. They're doing it all game long, forcing turnovers, getting stops, making Stafford uncomfortable. Puka, Cooper Kupp. Did Cooper Kupp even play? I don't know. They were all over that Rams defense, and this defense is legit, and they can win it all. This team can win it all. Jalen Hurts starts the game ripping off a 40-plus yard touchdown run, breaking tackles, moving. He was looking good, looking healthy. There were opportunities in the game where it seemed like they couldn't really get the passing game going too well, but there were drops on the other side of it. There's been a few drops throughout the season, honestly, that have kind of deterred Jalen Hurts' numbers a little bit. You've seen it over the Falcons game, the Commanders game, the second time, this game. There's been plenty of opportunities where guys have uncharacteristic dropped the football. That's my only real concern out of that game, is getting these guys going, keeping the confidence up, because the talent and the skill levels are there. The play calling should be there. Kellen Moore, I don't know if you want to take any stock out of the interviewing process for head coaching jobs, this and that. I think it's been kind of what it's been all year, honestly. And it's just lean on Saquon, lean on the offensive line, take your shots when you got them in the passing game. They took their shots when they had them. They just didn't connect. They're going to need to do it, and we know they can do it. We've seen them do it multiple times throughout this season. It's not like they're just the worst passing offense in the league. I mean, it's just absolutely egregious the way that people want to try to portray Jalen Hurts and that passing offense. When they have to, they can go and get it. But when you're going up against teams that are 25th and below in rushing, like the Rams were, like the Commanders are, you're going to exploit their weaknesses. And that's what the Eagles do. That's what good football teams do. They exploit weaknesses and they use their strengths. Can they go and they flip the switch time to time? Yeah, you saw it in games like the Steelers, who had a really good defense, but they were able to pass the ball, throw for 300 yards. And their opportunities, when they present themselves, they can take advantage. But when it comes down to it, this team has one goal in mind, and that is winning and playing winning football. And that's what they're doing. That is what they're doing. They're protecting the football on offense. They're taking it away on defense. They're controlling the clock. They're getting off the field on third downs. That's what this team has been able to consistently do throughout the season, and I don't know why people keep questioning that if this team can do it, because they've shown you throughout the whole year. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Oh, well, they almost let him back in this game. They almost let him back in this game. Oh, how about Jayden Daniels was able to go down the field? No, 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 no. That's all a bunch of ludicrous because at the end of the day, throughout the whole season, they came up with the big stops. They were able to make the plays when they had to. They weren't able to against Jayden Daniels in that second game because CJGJ got ejected for some BS. Josh Sweat was in and out of the lineup. Nakobe Dean was out. That he's going to worry us a little bit. We'll talk about that when we break down this game. But you had guys dropping like flies in that game. That defense wasn't the same defense that you have now, that you had throughout the whole season. And at the end of the day, you were still able to get 5 turnovers. But you had Kenny Pickett on the other side of the football. That's why the Commanders were able to score points. That's why the Commanders were able to win that game. They were vulnerable in that game. That game should have been a blowout. But Kenny Pickett and the offense let them stay in it. They weren't running the football anymore. I don't get it. The Commanders were trying to stuff the run, and they were able to. They were making Kenny Pickett break them. Now, they're probably going to try to do that same formula here with Jalen Hurts, right? Bring it on. You have your defensive coordinator saying some absolutely ludicrous stuff in his press conference today, saying, oh, who knows with his knee, but when he gets out of the pocket, we're going to hit him like a running back. We're going to hit him like he's a runner. Are you oblivious? Do you not know what your quarterback is on the other side? You are opening yourself up to that happening to your own guy now because you want to talk smack and talk dirty smack that your players have done throughout the whole season. We're talking Frankie Louvu and the likes on that team, Jeremy Chin. Dirty players, dirty hits throughout the year, where Jalen Hurts got a concussion because of a dirty hit against this team earlier in the year. They're going to come out and just put it out in the open, and everybody's just going to be like, oh, yeah, good mentality there. No, I'm calling BS. Because guess what? Keep giving the Eagles all that. Keep giving them this motivation, this attitude that you guys think you're going to be the big, tough team. Come into the link, and you're going to catch these hands. That's what's going to goddamn happen. I don't care about the 6 points. It's going to be, I don't know. I'm not going to go too crazy right now, but I'm fired up. Because I thought the Rams game should have been a blowout, and it was pretty damn close, too. They gave up a touchdown that one drive, and then they were able to get the stop at the end. Still covered. But this team has been able to withstand things throughout the whole year. This team is coming together at the perfect time, playing defense, running the ball. The offense, it's their time to click. This doesn't need to be a go out there and throw for 300 yards. Go get me 225, 2 in the air, and let Saquon go for another 130 on the ground, because that's what they can do. You want to talk about all the flaws that the Eagles have and that people think the Eagles have? Look on the flip side here. Yeah, the Commanders are hot. They're playing well. They beat a good Detroit team that was really, really hurt. And they were able to exploit that on defense. But their defense on the flip side still gave up 20-plus points. They were able to take the ball away, but guess what? The Eagles don't do that. What are they going to do when they don't get the ball? When they can't force those opportunities because their defense is giving it up point after point after point. Their offense's chances get limited. They don't have those opportunities to be able to go for it on fourth down. And they go for it on fourth down a lot, right? I was looking at the stats here. 6 for 8 in the playoffs? All power to them if they keep up that clip. But things are going to weigh out. The heavy hitters are going to end up and show themselves in this game. And I'll take the Philadelphia Eagles. Vic Fangio, Kellen Moore, Nick Sirianni. I'll take their chances against this Washington Commanders team for a third time. Nick and Jalen have proven that they are winners. They've proven that they can make adjustments. And whatever way they need to win a football game, they will go and do it. That's what this team has been for the past several years now. You had a collapse last year, whatever. But the way that they were able to respond this year and dominate and become a 2 seed to win the division again and to get back to dominating football, it's impressive. It's amazing. And that's what should happen moving forward here. I don't care that Jayden Daniels is a stud. He is. He's really good. He'll be a problem for years to come, I'm sure. But when it comes to the field on Sunday, bring it on. because that defense is up for the challenge. Jalen Carter and the boys are up for the challenge. Their offensive line is banged up, losing their best guy and some. I'm not afraid of Austin Eckler, Zach Ertz that are passed over the hill. Now they might burn them in the long run, and I look like idiots, sure. But you're telling me going into a game I should be afraid of them? No. I should be afraid of A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, Saquon Barkley. That's who you should be afraid of. You should be afraid of Zach Bond. Yeah, all-pro Zach Braun. Quinyon Mitchell, who's going to be playing. Darius Slay. C.J. G.J., who's got to stay in this game. Milton Williams, Mara Jomo. I'll keep going. Those are who you should be afraid of, not just Jayden Daniels and Noah Brown. Get out of here. He's going to make some crazy plays because that's how good of a player he is. But the Eagles are going to make the plays at the end of the day to win in this football game, and I'm confident in that. So let's go Birds, baby. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in for another episode. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, comment what you think the score to the game is. Am I crazy? Give me some touchdown predictions. We love betting touchdowns. I've been on the channel here doing the Trilly 3-leg $3 for 30 days. I don't know. It doesn't pick up on the YouTube algorithm. It's weird. If you look at those view numbers compared to all the rest of my shorts, I think it's the gambling aspect. It gets flagged. So we'll have to see how we do that moving forward. But anyway, like, follow, subscribe for more. We're going to have a blast here. Hopefully we're going to the big game and we're partying. If you want a little rest of the NFL action talk, go to Cole One Conversations. Links in the description. Harry and I are recording that episode. He's a Ravens fan. So if you want to see some pain and misery, tune into that. Also, poor Harry. But shout out to 215. Go Birds, baby. Come on. Domination.